Winston Smith, lives on the 7th story of a building called Victory Mansions. There's no use taking the lift to get to his flat, because it doesn't work. The electricity's been cut off during daylight hours as part of the economy drive in preparation for Hate Week. Of course, he can take the stairs, where the air is forever dank with the smell of boiled cabbage and old rag mats. And the posters never allow for the tenants to forget that Big Brother is watching. Inside his flat, there emanates the telescreen, a large device that is broadcasting simultaneously as it listens and intrudes. And there is no way of shutting it off completely. This is a world where you are never alone. At least there is a window that Winston can gaze from. A kilometer away there stands the Ministry of Truth, his place of work. It towered vast and white above the grimy landscape. Follow your eyes, and you can spot the party slogans. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. They're not meant to be inspiring. They are perversions on a play of words designed to instill confusion. Doublethink, they call it. Because the more confused you are, the easier you are to control. And there is more effort to control the population in the act of manufacturing information. And that is Winston's job in the records department, which is to say that he rectifies current and past data streams to reflect the party's latest outlook on affairs of the state. This process of continuous alteration is applied not only to newspapers, but to books, periodicals, pamphlets, posters, leaflets, films, soundtracks, to cartoons and to photographs, to every kind of literature or documentation which might conceivably hold any political or ideological significance. It is during work that the screech is heard. This is the sounding of a moment for employees and party members alike to revel in 2 minutes of hate. It is a moment of feeling integral to the system, a moment to reaffirm devotion to Big Brother. The programs vary from day to day, but there was none in which Emmanuel Goldstein, the enemy of the people, was not the principal figure of attention. He was the primal traitor, the earliest defiler of the party's purity. His presence on screen provokes the audience into a vitriolic frenzy, until it gives way to a sort of morbid hymn that functions to honor the wisdom and majesty of Big Brother. These moments are precarious for Winston, because he is hiding a secret. And there are times when a secret can be revealed in a mere facial expression. Was it O'Brien who noticed? Was the dark-haired girl from the fiction department spying on him? Winston has good reason to be paranoid, because his secret is one that would most certainly incur a system-sanctioned death. He has a diary, and in that diary he writes things that would most certainly incur the wrath of Big Brother. The world of Winston Smith is chaotic and terrible. Airstrip 1, formerly known as Great Britain, is now a province of a superstate known as Oceania, which is one among three vast world powers, the other two being Eurasia and Eastasia. They are locked in a series of alternating wars, but their conflicts are uncanny and irrelevant because they are vague. People hear everything, and they know nothing about them. The City of London still functions, albeit unmercifully, as it has been subdued by the omnipresence of control. But it's not just about telescreens in every home and mass surveillance. It is about the thought police who punish not actions, but ideas. It is about thought crimes that are subject to capital punishment. It is about public hangings and the utter erasures of identity. Citizens are systematically vaporized as necessary. This is a world where nothing and no one can be trusted. Not the neighbors, not co-workers, not children, not even the state of one's own memory. Most chilling is the repetition of a singular poster, of a face that stares with eyes that follow you when you move, transforming notions of propaganda into the feeling of active surveillance. The image creates the sensation of being watched, even when no living person is present. It is psychological engineering. The caption removes all ambiguity. The verb tense is present and continuous. It does not say Big Brother is watching as a matter of generality. It says that he is watching you at this very moment, and that you had better not forget it. Winston Smith's world is one where overuse of the word victory drains it of any meaning. When every mediocre object is called victory, the concept becomes hollow. Victory gin is raunchy. Victory cigarettes crumble. Victory coffee is horrid. And to disempower the very spirit of feeling alive, Victory Mansions is a dilapidated building from a distant age. Winston Smith fears being seen walking about the neighborhood. He fears being seen at the pub, and he fears buying nostalgic items from the bargain store. Ultimately, this is a world where the system has figured out how to fine-tune control by creating an entirely new language that neglects the properties of description that allow for people to express themselves. Newspeak, as it is called, is a shrinking language that is designed to make rebellious thought impossible. And it is co-workers like Syme who are producing the latest edition for the production line. Winston Smith's world is ultimately loveless. Desire is thought crime. In Oceania, sexual attraction, especially spontaneous, joyful, mutual desire, is dangerous because it creates loyalty that does not belong to the party. Passion forms private bonds. It generates intensity, pleasure, and emotional meaning outside of state control. It is dangerous if for the primary reason that two minds are greater than one, and any mind that does not belong solely to Big Brother is a mind that could potentially spark rebellious thought. Totalitarian state control is seeking to penetrate deeper than the principles of law and/or surveillance. It wants to colonize instinct, and if feelings of desire are criminal, then individuality itself can become a crime. Winston Smith's world is one where bombs are heard in the distance, explosions in the street go unfazed in the ambience of horror, and daily exercise routines are enforced. Vast groups of people known as the proles are regarded as no better than animals, and daily information is chalked up to nothing more than a constant stream of lies. Executions are summary, fear is rampant, and paranoia is the name of the game. Somewhere, somehow, it is Winston Smith who senses the notion that things could be different, and thus, it is in his sacred diary that he daringly inscribes, "Down with Big Brother." Winston Smith is not what we would call ideologically systematic. He doesn't possess a fully formed political theory, but rather, the nature of his opposition is instinctive. He feels the wrongness of the system before he can fully explain it. The situation makes him human like the rest of us, but as well it makes him equally as vulnerable. Part 1 shows us Winston Smith as a man who retains 3 fragile things: the semblance of a memory when times were different, notions of desire, and the incipient belief in objective truth. All 3 of these are under siege. As for daily life, his passive nature functions like adaptive camouflage. Yet his philosophical persistence is a moral necessity. You'll find that he is neither a heroic revolutionary, nor is he a broken conformist. He is something more tragic. He is a thinking individual who knows that he is trapped, and yet he cannot stop himself from thinking. It is this factor that precisely what makes him dangerous in a world that demands more than outright obedience. It demands complete and total surrender. Book Time Learning is dedicated to the study of writing and literature. If this video has been helpful, instructive, or enjoyable in any way, please consider clicking the like button and/or subscribing. And thank you for watching.